The story opens in Los Angeles. An armored truck waits on a quiet street. Two guards sit inside, relaxed. But in an instant, the calm is shattered. Masked men appear, guns raised. The guards are forced out, trembling. Then, gunfire. Both men are executed, and even a bystander is killed. The robbers vanish with millions. 5 months later, a man named Patrick Hill applies for a job at Fortico Security, the very company whose trucks were robbed. His manager, Terry, praises his record, while the company trainer, nicknamed Bullet, casually calls him H. At first, H seems unimpressive. He barely passes firearms training. His co-workers, like the loudmouth Boy Sweat Dave and the tough Dana Curtis, mock him. He looks average, forgettable. But everything changes during his first real job. H is riding with Bullet and Dave when their truck is ambushed. The robbers take Bullet hostage, guns blazing. Dave panics, but H stays calm. Too calm. In a flash, he pulls his weapon and wipes out the entire crew. Cold, efficient, merciless. Everyone is stunned. This was no ordinary rookie. Soon, FBI agents investigating the first robbery take notice of H. They're suspicious. Too many coincidences surround him. But their superior, Agent King, warns them. Leave Hill alone. Behind the scenes, H quietly digs through employee files, searching for answers. Weeks later, when another crew tries to hit his truck in Chinatown, something strange happens. The robbers see H, then flee without firing a shot. His coworkers begin whispering, "Who is this man?" The truth is revealed. 5 months earlier, on the very day of the opening robbery, Patrick Hill wasn't Patrick Hill at all. His real name is Mason Hargreaves, a feared London crime lord. That morning, Hargreaves was in Los Angeles with his teenage son, Dougie. They shared a simple day together, but Mason was working, scouting an armored truck route with his crew. Dougie waited in the car. Suddenly, another group of robbers struck. The ambush we saw at the start. They hijacked the truck and spotted Dougie. Mason ran to save him, but it was too late. The boy was gunned down. Mason himself was shot and left for dead. 3 weeks later, Mason awoke in a hospital bed. By his side was Agent King. King gave him a list of suspects and made him a deal. If Mason could eliminate the killers all at once, the FBI would look the other way. Driven by rage, Mason and his crew tore through Los Angeles, hunting every robber on the list. Dozens of criminals were executed, but still no answers. Finally, Mason realized the truth. He would have to infiltrate Fortico himself to find the man who killed Dougie. He abandoned his crew in London, took on the alias Patrick Hill, and became a guard. It was Mason's own crew, desperate for cash, who staged the Chinatown robbery, though they quickly recognized him and pulled back. From that moment, Mason's hunt became personal. He wasn't just chasing robbers, he was chasing his son's killer. The story shifts. We meet the men behind the first robbery, a group of Afghanistan war veterans, Carlos, Sam, Brad, Tom, Jan, and their former Sergeant Jackson Isley, have grown bitter with civilian life. Broken, restless, they turn to crime. Their first robbery nets them $110,000. It isn't enough. They want more. With the help of an inside man at Fortico, they plan a bigger job, an armored truck on a routine run. That was the opening heist. But during it, one of the veterans, John, broke from the plan. Reckless and cruel, he shot the guards. He shot Mason Hargreaves. And worst of all, he executed Dougie. Mason never forgot his face. 5 months later, the veterans reunite for one last job, the ultimate score. Nearly $180 million in cash, waiting inside Fortico's Central Depot on Black Friday weekend. But Mason is already there, watching, waiting. The robbery begins. Jackson's crew storms the facility, taking employees hostage. And then Bullet reveals the truth. He has been their inside man all along. Worse, he helped orchestrate the robbery that killed Dougie. Bullet forces Mason to cooperate, believing he's just another guard. But chaos erupts when the alarm sounds. Employees revolt. Gunfire fills the depot. Jackson is mortally wounded, and the crew slaughters most of the staff. Mason fights back, unleashing his fury. He kills nearly every robber inside except 3. John, Jackson, and Bullet escape. But greed consumes them. Distrust boils over. Jan murders Jackson. Then he murders Bullet. Alone, Jan flees with the money. He doesn't realize Mason is still hunting him. Later at home, Jan opens a money bag and finds a phone inside. It rings. Mason's voice echoes through the speaker. He has tracked him. Mason enters. Cold, relentless. He holds Dougie's autopsy report. Slowly, he reads it aloud. Shot in the liver, both lungs, the spleen, and finally, the heart. Then with brutal precision, Mason shoots John in the same places. Liver, lungs, spleen, heart. Vengeance is complete. The money lies forgotten. Mason tells Agent King the job is done and disappears into the night.